and welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. Hope you enjoyed that lovely Brutal OC as we returned. We returned here with our fresh series, our fresh best of 5 first semifinals match for the PiGosaur Cup number 83. Let's go. Let us jump on in. Spawning in the top left-hand corner of At Attorney's Edge, we have the orange Terran player. We have the orange Terran. We have the South Korean Terran representing Shopify Rebellion. It is ByuN. And spawning in the bottom right hand corner, we have the red Terran player. We have the Mexican Terran. It is SpeCial. And if you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It is Gamba time. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat as we delve into our initial TvT. Vamonos, baby, vamonos. Here we go. We are here. We are back. We are jumping on in. And we'll see how our players do fare against each other. Again, it's been a while since I've casted Juanito SpeCial. I know that he took a massive break. He essentially retired from StarCraft like 2 years ago and recently came back. He's been streaming a little bit more. He's been playing a little bit more. I know he does provide some coaching services, which you can see here when it comes to his tag. So he's been doing coaching, he's been doing streaming, he's been doing content in general, and he's getting back into shape and back into form. But how does he compare to these other top players? That I can't say with certainty yet. We've been looking from afar at least some results. I know that he was a part of, I think, one of the most recent Shopify Rebellion Sunday brawls, if I'm not mistaken. But we'll see how they compare to each other. Show us what you got, as I'm waiting for some Juanito builds back. True. For now, double gas opener at a SpeCial, double gas opener at a ByuN, which means faster factory. This means delayed CC, so we're going for some more tech heavy starts. And welcome to At Attorney's Edge. At Attorney's Edge has a bit of an interesting design here. We have two different kind of sides of the map. We have the more open, more greedy side leading into a gold expansion, or we have the more aggressive side here leading into high yield gas bases instead. Typically in TvT we expect aggression. It's quite rare to see a Terran versus Terran matchup go all the way to like a turtle heavy late game. TvT has a reputation of that from years gone by, but in the past like 5-6 years, like that has been more of a rarity, and it's been a lot more intensity here instead, for sure. I say 5-6 years, maybe I would say 4 years. Yeah, about 3-4 years. So I think like 2022, which is 4 years ago. That's crazy, by the way. Smoge, baby, smoge. Aye. So now we are going for a reactor Reaper Hellion. So ByuN is building up into an extra wave of Reapers and Hellions to gain map control. Meanwhile, SpeCial, he does cut Reaper Hellion early into an add-on swap in the Cyclone. This tells me that SpeCial will have a more secure mid-game, as Cyclones, they are very robust. But before the Cyclone really gets going, before the army really gets going, ByuN will have the army advantage and can potentially dive in and bust into the mineral line, get some SCV kills, or even catch the Cyclone. We'll see, as ByuN is going to be the aggressor. So here comes ByuN. Again, this army that ByuN's built up does not scale as well into the late game or into the mid game, but can find some damage nonetheless. Does begin. Cyclone is spotted. Does catch one of the Reapers. Gets one, gets two. The 1-2 Reapers go down. The Hellion as well. Not a bad pick off here, as he's going to be forced back. And ByuN, he'll lose his army. He'll lose everything here. He does get one SCV for his trouble. Just the one. ByuN does pull away. ByuN pulls away, and in the end, I mean, it was a bit of a back and forth trade here. I would say a better trade for SpeCial. Was a better trade. Behind this, going into his own Banshee production, no cloak. Bearing that in mind, it is going to be vanilla Banshees. Banshees they move out, and we have a third CC on the way for SpeCial. Okay, a very fast third base from our Terran player, from our red Terran. Meanwhile, ByuN back at home, going into his own Interference Matrix, building up into Ravens, building up into Cyclones, building up into the mid game. Now, this fast third base is cool and all, and SpeCial's being greedy, but the question becomes, can he land and saturate the third? That's the question here. SpeCial, as we confirm, is going into mech. Okay, we have mech field accelerators on the way, additional tanks, or additional Cyclones, additional Banshees, eventually into tank production as well. SpeCial is going to mech it up. Bearing in mind that ByuN is going to have the earlier aggression available. As he will catch the Banshee. Cloak is not done. No, the Cloak. Yeah, there is no Cloak. Massive pick up here. 3 SCVs. That's okay. But that's not really quite worth a Banshee. We have more Banshees building up here. SpeCial, he's losing some momentum. And again, if he loses map control, then ByuN can push and ByuN can break that third. So we'll see if SpeCial can get up and running. Second Banshee into the main base. This time the Banshee will have Cloak. Cyclones, they get caught out. SpeCial bleeding out of the Cyclone. A better trade for ByuN. Banshee moves in. Cloak is available. But there are Ravens. Yeah, there are Ravens here. Banshee forced out. Behind this, going into high flight rotors. For those that remember, this is a unique form. I say unique form. This is a bit of an older form of battle mech. This did rise in popularity a couple of years ago by TY, like TY, ByuN, and GSL. I think this was around in 2022. Where we saw battle mech alongside Banshees. It's a very mobile composition, has a lot of DPS, has a lot of potential for sure, but I would say so far SpeCial has been losing a lot of momentum. He's been losing Cyclones, losing Banshees. So far he hasn't really been able to build up, and now here comes the push, here comes the counterattack, and we spoke about this earlier. The fast third is nice, but only if you can get it up and running, and here comes ByuN. Yeah, ByuN is pushing, he wants that third. Lock on Marines, not ideal. Does get one Cyclone. He trades 1-to-1, and SpeCial's down to 2 Cyclones. It's down to 2 Cyclones. Lock-on is broken. Tanks, they push forward. They get within range. They force a lift. At the same time, Banshees, they do get across the map. They get one Banshee here in the natural, another Banshee in the main base. SCVs are going down. And ByuN cannot kill the third. Yeah, cannot kill the base. It's going to be a lot of worker damage here. 8 SCVs. Oh my god. SpeCial, he has the Sables. He has the Sables. We'll lose 1, we'll lose 2 Vikings. That's a lot of Vikings going down. Nice control here by SpeCial. At the same time, and getting more SCV kills is getting in hand. ByuN's all in. At this point, ByuN is completely all in. The boys are being pulled. Yeah, SpeCial pulls the boys, gets us around. ByuN wasn't looking. Yeah, ByuN was not paying attention. Massive loss here for ByuN, but he does kill a lot of SCVs. Yeah, auto starts to being turned down. SCVs are getting locked in. Oh god, critical damage being dealt here. On the one hand, ByuN lost 18 workers. On the other hand, SpeCial, he will lose 30 SCVs. Critical damage. SpeCial was doing well across the map. ByuN was doing better. Meanwhile, the tanks are cleaned up by the Banshees. The aggression is subsiding. There's still maybe 1 auto turret left. Into the main. And SpeCial's economy has been crippled. It's been crippled. He's down to 25 SCVs. Barely an economy. As we throw out another turret. Catching out a Cyclone. Ravens are locked down. But at the same time, ByuN, he's got his own third TC. He's got his own army building up as well. There's a scan. Takes down the Banshee. And ByuN takes a massive lead. Takes a massive lead. He's ahead in economy. He's even on bases, even on SCV production. The one thing that ByuN doesn't have is mules, because he has to hold on to scans. Oh. Meanwhile, tank gets caught out. Not bad. I speak of here as a SpeCial, he needs more than this. But this is what he needs. To catch a tank here and there, catch some Vikings here and there. Banshee does not get out of range of the scan. Oof. And now ByuN's third is up. Risky maneuver to go for these mules, not gonna lie. He currently does have, okay, he does still have a scan. Just went for the double mule. More Banshees are amassing here for SpeCial. At this point, I would hope to see, okay, I was gonna say we should hope to see some turrets here. There's a turret covering the gas guys in the natural, turret covering the gases here in the main base, and the turret's on the way here at the third. And once again, oh, sniping another Banshee. The Banshees, they can't get away. Okay. Desperation out is SpeCial here, going for a ninja expansion. This is gold base, but no, it does just go for the northern base instead. And I mean, there's a higher chance that this goes unscouted, but there's a very low chance that this actually impacts the game. ByuN is just building up on 3 bases and will eventually move out across the map. To be fair, if ByuN doesn't move out, no, the Banshee. If ByuN doesn't move out, then SpeCial can recover and can eventually stabilize. But that's a big if, because yep, here comes the ByuN siege. Here comes ByuN. Now, I would say the best chance that SpeCial has is that if ByuN moves out, for SpeCial to counterattack and force ByuN back home. If SpeCial can buy time and force ByuN to turn around, then I mean that would be ideal. He'd have to do that a couple of times, but SpeCial does spot the move out. He does spot the main army. Sensor tower is done for ByuN. So if there is a backstab, ByuN, he'll have eyes on it. ByuN does push.
Ready for dust off.
Spotted by the depot. Behind this out, we have how many tanks? We have 8. Oh, SpeCial does have a high tank count. That is true. And we lay the Vikings. Yeah, commits. He just sends in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tanks are exposed. Boys are being pulled, but GG gets called, breaks through the tank line, and ByuN takes game number 1. GG. Whew. GG, well played. Again, winding it back here. SpeCial having a very cheeky build going to mass Banshees, and he was able to kill some SCVs, but his defenses back at home were lacking, unfortunately. Did bleed out too many units early on. He was broken, and in the end, ByuN snowballed out of control. In the end, SpeCial did not get away with a fast third CC. Remember, SpeCial was being greedy. He was being greedy. He rushed into a fast third base, but he was not able to take advantage of it. He was not able to use it. In the end, GG. In the end, he was overwhelmed. Now we're going to be loading into game number 2. Going to be loading into Defender's Lab. Let's go. Let us go. No. So we're hoping for a back and forth mid game. We haven't gotten there yet, but we're only a game in. We'll see if we can embrace that later on in the broadcast. As spawning in the bottom left hand corner of Defender's Lab, we have the orange Terran player. We have the South Korean Terran representing Shopify. It is ByuN. And spawning in the top right hand corner, we have the Mexican Terran player. We have the blue Terran down in the series. We'll see if we can bounce back and make a series out of this. It is SpeCial. Juanito, Juanito. Let's go. Here we go. As a reminder, last game both players did go for double gas openers into a very different kind of follow-up here. SpeCial, he's known for his mech. He did attempt to play mech in game 1, and I would imagine we'll be seeing more of that in game 2 and game 3. I should have also emphasized that he doesn't have to play mech. He can play bio, and I'm sure he'll mix it in at some point in the series, but often he does rely on mech as a composition instead. So we'll see how SpeCial does deviate, whether he embraces the man with gun or if he goes back into the mass factory. Meanwhile, double gas open out of ByuN, going for a faster factory, delayed CC at a SpeCial single gas opener. So SpeCial is going for a much more economic build this time. Is going for a faster command center. Meanwhile, ByuN is going for the faster factory into faster army units. So ByuN is going to be the aggressor. The SCV Scout is peculiar here. SCV Scouts are very rare in TvT, so I'm a little bit surprised he is rallied into the main. So maybe a little bit afraid that SpeCial would cheese. That he would proxy. There's that factory followed by ByuN, and there's that CC at a SpeCial. Yeah, the SCV does confirm that a gas is missing, confirms a CC on the low ground. ByuN is now aware of the economic start. And we'll see if ByuN can punish this. We shall see. ByuN is holding onto that SCV. Ideally, use this SCV to tank. This early on, it's going to be one Reaper versus one Reaper, so the SCV can tank a shot. Likewise, SpeCial's here with his own SCV as well. And who shoots first? Who hits who? Ooh, nice target firing. Yeah, nice target firing in the end. SpeCial does zone away, and SpeCial will hold. Does hold, does defend. Again, without that SCV to bunk, to tank, to buffer, then things could have gone awry. And once again, SpeCial's going for his own 1-1-1 follow-up. Meanwhile, we have ByuN committing into Reaper Hellion, but this time no reactor. So no reactor to Reaper Hellion. It's going to be a lighter commitment into Reaper Hellion this time out of ByuN. At least it should be. I believe still getting up to 3 Reapers and 2 Hellions. SpeCial going for the early Widow Mine. Okay, let's go. Setting up his mine. ByuN looking for a way in. Okay, add-ons are now on the way. Getting to his own setup. Widow Mine hasn't spotted.
Add-on complete.
And does he supply it? Ooh, barely not. Thinks about it. This also confirms to ByuN that there's no tech lab on the factory, so there's no Cyclone production. Reapers bust into the main base. SCVs are exposed, and how many SCVs do we get? 1. Yeah, gets 1, almost 2. Respects the Hellions, pulls away. Rotates back over. And we have confirmation once again, mech. Okay, so I thought that maybe this game we would mix things up, but not yet. So once again, we're going. It was a different opener. It was a more greedier start out of SpeCial, but it's leading into the same kind of way. It's leading the same direction into battle mech with Cloak Banshee. Here we go. So the same end game here for SpeCial. We'll keep an eye on that third CC timing. ByuN looking for a way in. But the Widow Mine is still in position. And the Banshee does make its way across the map. Back at home, what do we have to defend? Ooh, we have 1 Cyclone. We have 1 Cyclone. Banshee does reveal itself. ByuN, he turns everything around. He races back home. And he needs to at least with the Raven. Does return with the 2nd Cyclone. More Banshees are amassing. And ByuN should soon be realizing that it is going to be the same composition. He has yet to confirm, but should soon realize. Barely does miss that Banshee. ByuN pulling back. Scan confirms the bio, confirms that Stim is in production. 2 Banshees, they meet up here at the natural. There are Marines, but hopefully there's going to be a scan. They get 1. Ooh, just 1 SCV so far. They do focus on the Marines, one after the other. Yeah, massive pickoff and no scan available. ByuN, he was being greedy. Did not hold on. But he does, he catches both. No shot. He gets both Banshees. 2 Banshees go down for 1 Cyclone. Very nice pickup here by ByuN. Oof. And those Banshees, sure, they killed some Marines, but they only got 1 SCV. That was not worth it. 2nd Banshee into the main. There we go. Damage is being done. Getting 2, getting 3. 2. Getting 2 SCVs. 2 SCVs go down. Half-Life Raiders is not done, so the Banshee does not escape. Oof. Yeah, that is, again, not worth it here for SpeCial. That was 3 Banshees for 3 SCVs. These have been some expensive losses for the Terran, the blue Terran. SpeCial rotating to the south side. Gets a lock on, takes out 1. Gets 1 Cyclone. Another Banshee falls to 2 SCVs. Once again, still not worth it. Now, something that SpeCial is able to achieve, and if you notice, but SpeCial does have a faster third. Due to all the aggression, on the one hand, yes, the Banshees did not pay for themselves in terms of dealing damage, but they did contain ByuN on a lower base count, allowing SpeCial to get a faster third base, fully saturated, and now fourth on location. Map control is something that SpeCial does have. True. And that is something that he's able to leverage. As a result, he's building up a higher Cyclone count, a higher ground army. And that army is going to have potential. SpeCial coming in for a flank. And she pokes in, nibbles away at the tank. ByuN, he is recovering. And ByuN, of course, has the better upgrades as well. He's building up his bio army, building up his stim, his marauders. ByuN is going to have the more efficient composition coming into the mid game, currently at least. The mech army, of course, has more potential when it maxes out, but we're not there yet. As ByuN, he does break out, catching out some Hellions. SpeCial, he's starting to lose map control. Actually, he commits with his tanks. Okay, he's going for a main push. SpeCial does threaten. And he breaks down the rocks. SpeCial does siege in time. Does siege up. Oh. Can she control here by SpeCial? Does he get the tank? But nice damage nonetheless. And again, it's all on SpeCial to make sure that he's able to engage ahead of time to slow the push down. ByuN cannot get past the halfway mark. Not against a massive siege of tanks. As more tanks push forward. Ideally, SpeCial wants to force a fight within range of all these tanks. Wants to force a fight within range. Setting up his stars on the CC on location. Massive stables. Ooh, he didn't notice. Yeah, he didn't notice the northern tanks. Massive losses here for ByuN. And with that, that's 3 tanks going down for free. Basically, ByuN, he saw these tanks and he thought it was a rotation, didn't realize that was a second group of tanks. So massive misread there out of ByuN. And SpeCial, do we move out? Do we push? ByuN trying to come in from behind, and do we force a base trade or does SpeCial turn around? Does he turn around? What's the plan? ByuN moves in. 3 free tanks. Yeah, 1, 2, 3 tanks down. They go down for free. SpeCial does turn around. Ooh, this is a very immobile army. Ay, ay, ay. Command center does survive. Takes down most of the mineral line. And keeps going. Yeah, just keeps dropping in. Diving into the main base. Gets another tank. Can now jump into the mineral line. ByuN is trading well. Behind this is a second army. As he just keeps dropping. And what does he run into? What does he find? More on siege tanks. Oh, 2, 3. 3 more tanks go down, catching out cyclones as well, pushing in towards the natural. He does move in. There's still a marauder in the main base. Meanwhile, tanks are out of position. There's, what, 3 tanks left. 3, down to 2, down to 0. Yeah, 0 tanks remaining. All the boys are pulled. When I say 0 tanks remaining, all the tanks are here in the middle of nowhere. The tanks are out of position. They do nothing. 30 SCVs go down. ByuN is rallying, and especially he was just torn apart. He was just torn apart, out of position. Liberation has arrived. ByuN, he wants those tanks. He wants them. He stims in. He gets 1. He gets 2. He gets 3. Oh, 2. 2 tanks go down. SpeCial down to 7. Sorry, down to 6. And even if SpeCial holds here, he has sustained some critical damage. Lost everything at the third base, lost everything at the natural as well. The main base is barely operational. He's down to 1 base mining. A 1 base economy. And initially, SpeCial was doing well for himself. Initially, SpeCial, he had built up his bases. He had control of the map. Then he lost that control. Then he was outmaneuvered, outpositioned time and time again. Juanito had potential. As ByuN stims in, he stims on through, breaks through the siege line as well. We have more tanks covering the third base, but the third does not matter. We just focus on the natural and focus on the main. Bit of a miss rally here by ByuN. Does miss rally. As he does now focus on the fourth base. Let's focus. Brings out the tanks, going for the planetary. And SpeCial just being torn apart. He has been for quite some time now. Cannot save the fourth. And GG gets called. ByuN will take game number 2, taking a 2-0 lead in the series. GG. Whew. GG, well played. Will claim a lead in this series. Again, SpeCial, he had a good start. I was very impressed. He had a very strong start where he was able to deal some harassing damage, claim his third, claim his fourth base, look to max out as well, had a healthy tank count. It all just came down to map vision, map awareness, and positional play. That's what really killed SpeCial in this game, where if you remember, SpeCial, he missed ByuN bypassing the main army. He bypassed the main army, was able to come in from behind, and in the end was able to break SpeCial by hitting the natural base, catching him out of position, force him back home. GG. GG. Here we go. As we're getting ready here for game number 3. And it's going to be on Wavebreaker. Beautiful. So we get into our next game, as we get into our next series. Oh, sorry, next game is going to be Wavebreaker. Wavebreaker, of course, we're going to be loading into the updated version of the map itself. Updated version. Here we go. And we'll see SpeCial how he does adjust his approach here. Both games we've been going for this kind of like battle mech banshee composition with mixed success. Like again, I don't want to take away from SpeCial just because game 1 like SpeCial did, sorry, game 2 like SpeCial he was doing well. He was doing well. Like he was looking competitive against ByuN up until a certain point. But this also shows the big weakness of mech, right? Mech is very immobile. That's the reality here. Mech is a very immobile army and an immobile composition, so that's where ByuN's mobility, where his bio army can outmaneuver, right? It's easier to outmaneuver, easier to outposition, easier to get past the army, and that's the downside of going into mech. I should say that as a result of that, whenever you do play mech, like map vision and map awareness is even more important. Meanwhile, at the same time, I believe Creator vs. Percival is ongoing. As I mentioned earlier, I believe Bomyoja is covering that series alongside All Mate Dave, I believe. And oh my god, they're in the ace match. Jesus. They're in the ace match, papi. Yeah. Creator vs. Percival. As I mentioned before, like I could see either one of those two players making it to the finals. It's hard to really pick and choose and hard to determine which one would make it through. It's hard to do so. But it's coming down to the wire. They're playing on Rainfall. Dang. I guess for now we're going to be going on a short break, I guess. So we're sorry, we're waiting for SpeCial. SpeCial, he's missing in action at the moment. It's MIA. So I'm going to be going on a short break. When we come back, we'll have our next game. We'll see you soon. See you soon. See you soon.